2016 is ending very soon, but before we all take a break to give each other presents and drink in the new year with age-appropriate beverages, we've got one more set of video games for you. Let's get to it. Before we dig into the new stuff, there's a dino-sized release from last week you might have missed. Ark Survival Evolved is out now on PS4, and picking it up on console gets you the Survivors Pack, which adds the Scorched Earth expansion and its new areas and dragons for free. Add that to the game's open-world survival gameplay, and you have yourself a real challenge. If you're looking to build fires, craft weapons, and battle all sorts of prehistoric beasts, you can get started right now. Now on to this week's releases, and everyone's favorite plumber is leading the charge. Super Mario Run combines classic platforming with auto running, sending Mario dashing through all sorts of fields and tunnels and castles. On top of completing courses, you can also race other players' ghosts for the best time, or decorate your own Mushroom Kingdom. You can try out all three of those modes for free on any device that runs iOS 8 or higher. Otherwise, you can get unlimited access for $10 when the game launches on December 15th. Wild Guns combined Wild West and robots back on the Super Nintendo, and now the sequel, called Reloaded, is doing it again. This shooting gallery adds 2 new characters to the lineup, so you can play the whole thing in 4-player co-op. Some classic stages and bosses return, but you'll see plenty of new sights along the way, and the faster you take them down, the better you'll rank in the new leaderboards. You can draw your weapon on PS4 on the 13th. Drive, Drive, Drive isn't just something you yell at a bad Uber driver. The name perfectly describes the game. See, you're not just racing down one track, but several at the same time. You'll have to jump across multiple tracks to deal with any drivers giving you trouble, and the races stretch across different planets with totally different rules of gravity. And if that's not chaotic enough for you, you can crank things up in the game's track editor. You can start your engines on the 13th. Now let's slow things down a bit with Stardew Valley. Calling it an indie Harvest Moon is a disservice, because this farming simulator also tacks on fishing, cooking, crafting, and romance options. You can even explore procedurally generated mines to find all sorts of gems and minerals. Stardew Valley was already a hit on PC earlier this year, and now it's making its way to consoles. You can take up your farming tools on PS4 on the 13th and on Xbox One on the 14th. And those are the games we'll be playing this week. As always, remember that release dates are based on retailer listings and are subject to change. But that's gonna do it for this episode of new releases and for the year. Thanks for tuning in, guys, and I'll be back with more in 2017.